Hey guys, it's Joel and welcome back to the channel and welcome to a brand new series. Today is episode 1 of my Cheap Thrills series. Now, take this series with a pinch of salt because cheap is very subjective, but in this series, the aim is to look at cars for around or under the £10,000 mark that are actually just completely underrated in terms of how much fun they are. And today is no exception because we're kicking it off with a very, very exciting car indeed. So let me introduce you to the owner and the car and we can learn a little bit more about why this is my first cheap thrill. This is Josh. Nice to meet you, Josh. How are you doing?
Nice to meet you, mate.
That sounds really weird.
Yeah, we've met you, yeah. So yeah, this is my Audi S3. I've owned it about a year now. Prior to, like maybe a year ago, 2 years ago, I had my uncle's S5 for a summer. Then I went travelling and I came back and I just had my shitty Golf. So I needed to fill the void, which was the S5. Wasn't really looking for a car, wasn't in the position really to buy a car, but then found this and went and saw it, bought it. It's pretty simple.
Rest is history.
Yeah, pretty much. So I had it a year, done quite a few bits to it actually. So start with, we'll just go around the car because I can't remember the order that I did them in. So got green calipers, did them myself. It's like a green metallic, pearlescent green, which look kind of nice, contrasting the grey wheels and the silver paint.
Is that one of the Audi colours that you can get now? Because it looks very similar.
It's like a Java green, yeah, which you can get on like
the new S5,
new RS4 and stuff. Yeah, similar. Got spacers on the car. I got 15s on the rear, 12s on the front. I think just gives it a bit more, fills the arches because otherwise they're quite. Yeah. They just don't look right. Got a Maxton lip spoiler, which at the time I thought, what a waste of money. I've just spent 100 quid on a bit of plastic. But now I look at pictures without it, and it just looks naked. It doesn't look right. It just needs like that little bit of aggression.
Subtle things like that can sometimes make a big difference.
Grown to really love it. Got an exhaust. It's a catback system, but yeah, basically it's a valve system, which is quite rare for this car because no one really makes valve systems. But I wanted one because I do a lot of cruising around on the motorway, and I don't want to have a droning exhaust. So when it's shut, it's probably quieter than stock. When it's open, it's quite throaty, straight pipe pretty much from the cats. So yeah, it makes the car a bit more fun, really. Yeah. Recently just did the steering wheel in Alcantara, which is, at first I wasn't sure, but now I really like it.
And what's the engine in this and how much sort of power is it?
So, it comes with, it's a 2 litre turbo, 4-cylinder. Stock power is 265. They're very tunable. This has also got a Revo induction kit, which I'll show you. The previous owner supposedly had it mapped. It hasn't been dynoed, but I do want to get it dynoed because I definitely feel like it's a bit more punchy than 265. But yeah, Revo induction kit, and then I cut this up to make it look kind of stockish. So it kind of just, if you glance at it, it looks alright. It's a bit rough around the edges, but yeah, it looks nice. Get some nice like intake sounds. Yeah, it's just a bit more drama, like some more noises and whatnot.
For sure. Should we jump in and have a drive?
Yeah, let's go for a drive.
Let's do it.
Cool.
Right then, so here we are in the S3. It's my first time in. It's actually, I don't think I've been in that many Audis, if I'm totally honest.
Really?
My friend had an A3 of the same generation, but that was like a 1.6.
Okay.
So apart from that, I've never really experienced an Audi. Certainly never the S variant.
Yeah.
So it's quite exciting for me. I have to say it's a nice interior.
Yeah.
And that Alcantara wheel with a flat bottom as well.
It's nice, yeah. I've grown to really like it actually.
And you might have said already, but how long have you had this now?
Just over a year.
Just over a year.
By a couple of weeks.
Have you put many miles on it?
About 7.
Okay.
So not too many, like enough.
Yeah.
But obviously when I first got it, all I wanted to do was drive it.
Yeah.
So the first 6 months I just drove it all the time. It's my daily, but now I'm a bit more sensible with obviously values tied up in mileage and what you've done to it and stuff.
Exactly.
And it's
condition.
Car, so
because that's an interesting point, is that obviously this being a Cheap Thrills series, you can pick up examples of these for well under 10 grand.
Yeah, you can pick them up for about 6, 7 for like an okay one. Like it might be a bit high mileage.
High
Because they're
mileage.
old cars. This is 11 years old. Even though it might not look it, it is an old car.
It sounds good as well, actually.
Yeah, it's like you got the intake and then you got the exhaust.
Yeah, I love the sound of the
whooshing.
Yeah, the whooshing. So yeah, so you can pick them up for a good price.
Yeah.
And the performance you get is pretty nuts for that. You know.
Yeah.
We're talking this could have almost 300 brake horsepower.
Yeah, about 300. The previous owner says, but I'm definitely going to dyno it before I get rid of it.
What will this do? Like sort of like 0 to 60 on paper? Is
Like 5 point something. So it's not really fast.
no, but that's pretty good going. I mean, and what is it? Front wheel drive or is it
Quattro.
Quattro? It does feel really fast.
Like that's 80, but it just feels very composed. Like you don't feel like you're doing 80 at all. But that's very German characteristic.
Yeah.
BMs, Audis.
Just that refinement level.
Yeah.
And you mentioned the valve system on your exhaust. Is that like currently open?
Yes. So it's not massively loud, but then before I had the Porsche, I thought it was loud.
Yeah. It does sound good as well.
It's a lot louder on the outside. Obviously, Audis have like really good sound editing. So
Yes. It doesn't hang about. I mean, if you can pick one of these up for like £7,000,
And like it's rare to find one stock. They always
More
do
power than
modded.
factory.
Yeah, because stage 1 you'll get like 300 easy out of them.
Yeah.
That's just a remap, nothing else.
and that's you're talking hundreds of quid to do that. Aren't
Yeah.
you? Not anything serious.
No.
But then to think, because it's at the end of the day, this is still an Audi A3. Like, we've got seats in the back.
Yeah,
Big
it's
boot.
like nice leather seats. It's just
You could use it every day if you wanted to.
yeah, easily.
But then you've got that power as well. There's not that many cars that fit into that. I mean, hopefully we'll find out a bit more over this series. What
I'm
sort of
gonna
cars
really
fit into it, but there's not that many, are there?
Well, I'm going to really struggle to replace this because for the luxury you get, the power you get, and like the refinement and just how nice everything is,
Yeah.
for the value, there's not much out there.
No.
Like, unless you buy like something with a massive engine that's old, like all the old school like 4.2 litre Audis or whatever.
Yeah.
But then you're looking at huge maintenance costs, whereas a 2 litre, it's pretty manageable.
Yeah, and potentially insurance could be higher, tax
Exactly.
is going to be crazy on things like that. And then you talk about maybe older M cars as well, but it's the same problem.
Exactly. Like, they're great cars, but they're cheap because the maintenance is probably, and there's a risk of the engine, like mileage and the engine not, you know, if something did go wrong, But then again, I have had quite a few issues on this in the year that I've owned it.
Yeah.
It's needed a new rear diff, needed cam chain, but I had warranty, so it's all covered in warranty, which is lucky. But my biggest recommendation if you're going to buy a modified S3 would be get some form of warranty.
Okay.
With Warranty Direct or AA, or because it just covers your back, like 900 quid for 3 years. And I've probably spent about 3k through warranty.
Gosh. So I mean, it's just so worth it.
It's what you get at this sort of age of car with mileage, and they're not going to be driven softly, are they? They're powerful cars. So.
But I mean, I have to say, for like a 11-year-old car,
Yeah.
with a few miles on the clock, it doesn't feel like.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't feel its age at all.
Not at all. Even the interior feels nice.
The interior does feel good actually. It's very comfortable. It's extremely refined. It goes really well.
Yeah.
And obviously those external looks, especially with a few tweaks that you've done.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, I said to Josh off camera, I reckon I would have said this from 2012, 2013.
Yeah.
So yeah, throw a private plate on it, and no one will know.
No.
What is the top speed in this car?
155.
155. Is that limited?
Yeah. I guarantee it'll easily do that because I've done 140 down a road.
The German auto.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mexico.
Yeah.
And it was pulling so hard. Like it was, I pussied out massively. It was about 3 and 4 in the morning coming back from London. So.
On the autobahn.
In Germany, yeah. So, yeah.
Don't speed, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nuts.
It
suggested about getting warranty that you would say for people looking to buy something like this to look out for?
Common issues with this. They sound like diesel engines from the front.
Okay.
That's just normal. But if it's like a really rattly diesel sound, that'll be your cam chain, and they are usually due about 60,000, 70,000 miles. So that is worth listening out for, because that's quite a big bill, and I didn't get that under warranty. I had to pay that for myself.
Interesting. And are there certain like specs with certain options that are better to have?
Wingback seats. That's the only thing I wish I had in this.
Okay.
It's like the R8 seats. They did them in all their S and RS cars of the time. They are like 2K to buy used, and they were like a 4K option or something like that. So, but they are really nice seats. They look insane. Probably the best bucket seats ever, in my opinion.
Seriously?
Yeah, like they're just so nice. And that's a standard option if you paid enough.
Yeah.
Cruise control. I don't have cruise control, but I would definitely recommend trying to get it if you're manual. If you're looking for power, get S-tronic. Don't get manual.
Okay.
Because the clutches are weak. You can uprate them, but you just get less faff with a S-tronic.
Yeah. But all in all, it sounds like a fairly reliable car.
It is, yeah. While there are problems, but they're all like for this car. Not everyone's car. It's not.
Yeah.
Other than the cam chain, which is just something that needs doing.
At the end
when
of the
it's
day,
due.
any car you buy at this age is going to have issues.
Yeah, exactly.
So it definitely shouldn't put you off if you're thinking about buying. That's the benefit you get. It's rapid.
Handles it as well. The Quattro is pretty like you can plant your foot anywhere and it will just kind of take it. Like.
And it grips too. Well, there we have it, ladies and gents. That is the first car on the Cheap Thrills series. Thank you, Josh, again, because actually you guys will be seeing very soon another episode of Soft Top Showdown coming out with Josh's Boxster S. So stay tuned for that. But I'm really glad we had this as the first car on the series. It's going to take some beating for that price point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had a laugh at it. I definitely am going to look into these cars a bit more. But until the next one, guys, I will see you